Look at you two. You're Sandra D, channeling your inner Grease this week. How has that been to work on these songs? They're iconic.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I think for us, the dance that we can relate to the most personally in our lives, especially with each other. And so we've been able to almost not have to act this week.
Yeah.
And it's been really great.
You know what? I love hearing that. Is there a line from the song that's sticking out to you that you really relate to and that it's just speaking to you?
I don't know if it's a line other than maybe goodbye to Sandra D, because I feel like we're really seeing a new JoJo emerge these past few weeks. But I also think it's pretty iconic that the only dance that could cater to two girls is going to us.
I haven't talked to you yet about like sexy JoJo coming out. How has that felt in the competition?
You know, at first was really scary. And honestly took Jenna to be like, go, do
Yeah.
it.
Going to show a little shoulder.
I was like, all right, a shoulder. Then the next week she was like, we're just gonna show a little chest. And I was like, no, all right. And then
And are you finding confidence in that?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. And we actually talk about that a lot this week. It's all because of this one. I mean, it's wild how things can single-handedly change your life. And this person has single-handedly changed the way that I think about myself, look at myself, feel about myself.
What's changed about the way you feel about yourself and look at yourself?
I'll go into detail because it's fun and it's interesting and it's a great story that hasn't been really told. One day in rehearsals, I was wearing a full gymnastics leotard that was
Full.
hideous and a t-shirt over it, and somehow Jenna ended up making me take my t-shirt off because somehow I said something.
No, we were in frame and I was like, this is too baggy, I can't deal. I know you have something on underneath, like, we need to take it off. Yeah.
And I was like, I can't. And she was like, why? And I was like, because I don't like the way that I look under it. And she was like, no. And she was like, you said to me, you said, I'm your partner. You have to trust me. Take it off. Like, you're wearing something under it, literally take it off. And then I started crying and I took it off and I went up to the mirror and she made me say a lot of things to myself that I'd never said before and never thought. And now slowly but surely I'm finding myself. I'm finding how I feel about myself. I go into fittings now and I literally just say, I always say whatever boss wants. And I go into a spray tan now, and I didn't want a spray tan in the beginning, but now I go into a spray tan and I say, whatever boss wants, just do it. Just stop whenever she tells you to. I don't care, because since the moment that I trusted her with everything, it's been great. And I don't know, my trust is really hard to gain, but she got it really fast.
My initial reaction is like, why hadn't you had those thoughts of confidence about yourself before?
I don't know. If you look at my past, you'll see a lot of my costumes are long sleeves. You'll see a lot of my outfits are pants. You'll see that I would never wear a tank top, never wear a spaghetti strap. And I just didn't like it. I always said my chest was too broad and my shoulders were too broad. And I didn't like my little chicken nugget thing that happens here. And my arms I didn't like. And I mean, literally
I think you also have to remember, I think everyone looks at JoJo as this like powerhouse woman who has it all, and she does, but at the end of the day she is 18.
Yeah.
And she's a girl, and in dance class you have to stare at yourself in the mirror for hours on end, and that's not always easy. And I remember when I was 18, I didn't like it, so and I think we are our own worst enemies. So sometimes it takes somebody else to show you how gorgeous and stunning you are.
I mean, you're standing here, girl, working a crop top, yes. Showing the shoulder, yes. Show that shoulder, yes. Look at her, she's JoJo Siwa. This feels like this really feels like a good song for this week. Look at me.
It literally, if you go from the lyrics, look at me, there has to be something more than what they see. So wholesome and pure, so scared and unsure, a poor man Sandra D. Sandy, you must start anew. Don't you know what you must do? Hold your head high, take a deep breath and sigh. Goodbye, Sandra D. Like, it's literally JoJo. Me, how I feel about myself, then her being like, come on, no, look at yourself, you're fine.
You must start anew. Don't you know what you must do?
Do you feel like we're getting a new JoJo? Because you've gotten some criticism from the judges. I feel like they're so hard on you because you're so good.
Agreed.
Listen,
Jenna's like, help, please.
every week that we do rehearsals, Jenna will say, this dance is hard, just so you know. Like, even this week, you're like, this is one of the hardest foxtrots that I've ever done. And so therefore, I I want the judges to be harder on me. That, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I think because of my background, I think because of my age, I think because of what I do for a living, I don't want the judges to just give me a hall pass. They should, rightfully so, judge me a lot harder than they do Melora, a lot harder than they would The Miz. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But it's tough. It's
But
really tough.
it's not like she isn't working harder, if not harder, than everybody else, you know?
yeah.
So I do want them to recognize that.
Jenna,
because-
are you feeling a little frustrated?
Not frustrated, but I do, you know, it is hard for me to sit there and watch her be critiqued when I'm like, I wish you could see the amount of effort that she puts in every single day.
Well, tell me what's
insane.
going into this dance. What can we expect from Look at Me? I'm Sandra D.
I'm really excited about this.
I'm so excited for this. I think
It's very different.
it's very, very different. I feel like there's always been a JoJo. And in these last 5 weeks, I've showed a really different side of me going one way. Going, you know, a little more revealing, going a little more hot, going a little more.
Okay.
But I feel like this week, I'm actually going more wholesome and more dainty than I have ever been. And so it's a fun, another different side of me. But the dance, our first day of rehearsals, I literally was like, Jenna,
I just apologize.
she was like, I know it's hard. And I was like, I literally feel like I'm doing a foreign language and all I'm doing is down, up, down, side, turn, walk, left, right. But like, it's an algebra problem in my brain. I can't figure it out.
You were under the tutelage of Miss Abby Lee Miller, who is no joke. So for you to say that this is hard, I feel like
yeah.
that carries weight for you to say that.
Listen, I've learned a billion numbers in my life. I have performed a billion different times. Every single week, whatever this one choreographs is harder
Wow.
than anything I've ever done.
Sandy?
Tell me about it, Steph.
I gotta show you guys, we have a little message from the Sandra D. Miss Olivia Newton-John herself. She gonna be watching this week.
Of course I'll watch. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to see what they do. I know it's an incredibly strenuous and difficult show to do because my daughter was on Dancing with the Stars in Australia, so I got to watch rehearsal times, and I'm excited to see what they do, and I'm sure all of us who are in the movie can't wait to see it.
That's awesome!
Queen.
She's watching. She said, of course I'll watch. I know how hard it is and I can't wait to see what they do.
Oh, now the pressure is on. Not like it wasn't before, but
Not only she could apparently be watching at home, we have Frankie Avalon singing, Pink Lady Frenchie, Dee Dee Khan is stopping by. So how cool is it gonna be to have the real Grease alum in the ballroom?
an honor unlike any before. I mean, I think my mom's gonna be fangirling so hard in the audience, and it's gonna be her favorite part of the night is seeing them instead of seeing us dance. But it's so legendary and iconic, and a day that we'll only get once.